Hello my friends and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about the simlab RaceX Pro. So the RaceX Pro is a joint venture between on the one hand a simlab and the other hand we have an Australian company called Australian Hybrid Racing Simulations. So they produce this frame, this tubular frame. And it costs 699 euro bare bone. It is sold via simlab themselves and also via the RaceX Pro site where you can buy extra options. The configuration, because it is a tubular frame, is also kept very minimalistic. You have the pedal base which swivels up and down and is attached with two bars to the profile itself, which gives you already a very nice inclination of the pedals. I'm sure everybody can find a good inclination for the pedals on this one. And they are pre-drilled, so the base plate is pre-drilled for all the mainstream manufacturers. Trustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec, Hoisingfeld, so all the mainstream manufacturers fit on this wheelbase, the pedal base holder. The wheelbase holder, well, the configuration for that one is very simple. It can tilt up and down and that's it. So no X or Y changes in it. No, because of the tubular profile, because it is in one piece, it's really not possible to adapt the height or the length of the wheelbase holder. It's not possible. The bars that connect both sides to the frame where you mount the seat holder onto is, as everything on the frame, welded into place, so putting the seat closer to the pedal base holder is not possible. For this reason I would choose a seat that is both adjustable in height and with some seat rails to make the configuration more easy. Mounting the rig on just seat rails works out well too and makes you sit very low, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I am basically not so much of a fan of sitting so low, but I did find it to be very immersive in this setup. Tubular framed rigs are not really known for their generous configurability, so that the RaceX Pro scores low on this doesn't really come as a surprise. The build quality is my favorite subject for this seat. So it's one piece, 5 centimeter in diameter for the tube itself. Very sturdy, very rigid. But you can see it on the entire rig how it is constructed. So the tilting mechanism for the wheelbase holder too. It's when I first saw it, I wouldn't have given it credit to be so stable as it is. I really yanked the steering wheel up and down and it wouldn't budge, and the same for the pedal plate. I mean, I wouldn't give it credit, but if I stomped my foot on the brake or on the accelerator, it wouldn't budge. So it's really nicely done for build quality. Something that also is very nice and which we see more and more with other manufacturers too, is that they laser cut the logo in different parts. So you have it in the wheelbase holder, you have it in the pedal base holder, you have it in the side of the frame. So they laser cut the logo in it, and it's just an extra value when you do it. And that's why I like the build quality for this rig is phenomenal in my eyes. So the footprint of this rig is also very small and light. So it only weighs 25 kilograms according to the website, because when I lifted it up it always feels a lot heavier, but it is 25 kilograms. And it measures 150 centimeters in length and 66 centimeters in width. So that's really a small footprint for this rig. When you look at the features of this rig, there's not many. So okay, you have the tilting mechanism, which can be counted as a feature, and the laser cut logos, but that is it. So it's really bare bone when you buy it. There's no shifter holder included or anything, and even seat rails or anything. There's nothing there. Just the tilting mechanism and the laser cut logo. So yeah, that's a bit less. The options for this rig are a bit weird. Something like the shifter holder is not sold via SimLab itself, or at least not available on their website. It is, however, available on the website of RaceX Pro. For the rest, there are some generic options like standalone display holders that you can have, but for the rest, not much. A cup holder is unfortunately not available for this setup. Again, the scarcity of rig-specific option doesn't come as a surprise, as it is usual for the tubular rigs. When you look at the price, €699, like I said, you just get the frame with this. If you want to have a seat with it, it's I believe €300, 315 or to €400 more. So you're looking at an entire rig, a basic rig of €1,000, and this is quite a lot of money. In conclusion, I would say that you buy the, or at least one of the most solid and rigid rigs out there, and will gladly absorb the multiple max torque generated by your wheelbase. In addition, it looks good, and because of this and its relatively small footprint, it would be found more acceptable to your partner to put this rig in the living room. It certainly will draw the eyes of your visitors when it is shown off in all its glory. While configuration wise it is not the best, what is configurable is seemingly enough to get a good position in it. But while I love the orange accent color and laser cut logos, I don't think they went far enough with it. The bars connecting the pedal base to the frame should have been orange too, and perhaps instead of making a laser cut X in the frame, they could have replaced it with an orange aluminium X. I think that when you pay €700 for a frame, you would expect that little more, be it in features or style. That being said, like the P1-X and GT1 Evo sibling, this rig is an absolute plus for serious zero flex racers that prefer tubular frames above aluminium profile rigs. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had something from this video. Leave a like or a comment, and I would dare to ask, if you buy your hardware new, do it via an affiliate link. It really helps people out that try and create some good content. I will leave a link to my affiliate pages in the description. You take care, and I will see you all next video.